Hello and good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing out on the coolest coast today? Thank you so much for joining us for this live. And I have to look. See, Tina did that this morning too. I have Shannon and Myke Hollahan from Holla Restaurant here in Manitowoc joining me this morning. We're talking about something really cool. I am going to let Myke explain this because I am not very familiar with the whole deal. I just recently found out about it, but it's amazing. And actually, I was in my Rotary group this morning. We have a virtual meeting, Sunrise Rotary, and everybody was talking about you. Like, cool. Did you hear about this chef and blah, 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 and LTC and all this other stuff. So I'm going to give you the mic, and I want you to tell everybody what's going on. Before I do that really quick here, I want to just put a couple of things. Number one, Myke and Shannon have an amazing restaurant here in Manitowoc called Holla Restaurant, and this is their website, and you need to go and check it out right now. They're doing amazing things with local food. Myke will give you the spiel in just a second. And then also, I want you to go to this website right on the bottom here and vote for Myke. Myke is in a competition. He's going to tell us all about it right now. So I'm going to just shut the heck up and give you the floor.
Cool. Well, thanks, Jason. So what it is, it's put on by a organization called Favorite Chef, and they are working in part or on behalf of Feed America, which is trying to help our country combat like the food insecurity and a lot of the people that don't have access to fresh foods or healthy foods, wholesome foods in general. So Favorite Chef is working with Feed America, and it's like a competition where you can vote, or your community or area can vote for your favorite chef in your area. And my wife, Shannon, has came across that and told me about it. And at first I was like, I don't really want to do it. She's no, you should do it. And I don't want to do it. Then my kids were like, you should do it. You're our favorite chef. I'm like, okay, sold. So it's for a really good cause. You know, like I said, to help create more food security and combat the food insecurity in our country. So you cast your votes and you start working through these ranks. First, you're in separate groups. They're grouped at random. So you are when top 25, then your top 15, and I have currently made it to number one in the top 10 in my group, which is pretty exciting. And so the winner will get $50,000, and I want to use those proceeds to kind of help support my staff and a lot of the local farmers that have supported us through this whole pandemic, since our industry has been hit really, really hard with this. And what's interesting is when the winner wins and they decide who is America's favorite chef, Favorite Chef has taken a 2-page kind of expose or profile or what have you out of Bon Appetit magazine. Now it's kind of it is a paid advertisement because you know Feed America and Favorite Chef are not part of Bon Appetit, so they actually paid for this spread from Bon Appetit. So it is paid advertising, but it's for a really good cause. So you get on the Facebook. You find my link through our website or our Facebook page. You sign up and you cast your votes. You can vote every 24 hours. You can also do what's called hero votes, where you pay for votes. So I think $1 equals one vote, and that money will go to Feed America as well, it's a really cool story. And today, in particular, they have 2-for-1 votes. So if you buy 2 votes, you get 4. If you buy 4 votes, you get 8. If you buy 100, you get 200. That could be the way to go.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
So today, you were saying that you can vote once every 24 hours.
Yep.
And that reminds me, we got to hurry because you only have a few days left, right?
Yep.
When does this whole thing end?
Thursday at 6 p.m. will be the top 5. Right now, Myke said he's first in the top 10. He's been first for a little while. There's someone that's creeping right next to him. That's in second. So we want to keep him in first. This Thursday at 6 will be the top 5. And then next Thursday will be whoever's first moves on, and they merge groups together. And then all the voting starts over again. So everybody starts from 0 votes again next Thursday. So,
after that tier, then how close are you to the final?
That will be the final.
That's the final. So you're that.
Next Thursday will be the winner of his group. Then he'll be merged with other groups.
Yeah.
We honestly have no idea how many other groups there are.
It's nationwide. There's probably a good amount of votes. That's why every vote counts.
And I don't know how many groups will then be divided up at that point.
Sure.
But that's like the quarterfinals, and then there's a semifinals. So next Thursday, he has to be first. Then he'll be in a new group. The next Thursday will be the quarterfinals. Then the next Thursday will be the semifinals, and then the following Thursday will be the winner. So and I also have all that information on our Facebook page as well.
So very cool. So everybody, go ahead. Go ahead, Mike.
It's exciting. It's kind of just bringing focus and awareness to this the chefs and hospitality industry. You know, I mean, you see all these TV shows where the chefs are these big famous rock stars, but just so many of us are just kind of just in the back in the kitchen doing our little thing, cooking our food, you know, making tasty dishes and feeding people. You know, and like I said, this industry has been hit really, really hard because we're forced to limit our capacity to 25%, which the margins in the restaurant industry are so narrow. Like you're talking like pennies on the dollar, you know, so 25% is ridiculous. I mean, I think there's probably been close to 150, 200,000 restaurants that have closed just in maybe in like New York and Chicago. I mean, that's not even counting nationwide. There's so many restaurants that are not going to make it. So it's really neat because this kind of brings some fun to the situation. It's for a good cause. And it's just good. It's, you know, little old Manitowoc. I'm just kind of doing my thing, using fresh food from farmers and cooking locally. Yeah. And I'm kind of in this like really cool, like national competition. It's just, it's fun. It's interesting. It's neat. And it allows me to kind of like showcase myself in a different way that I wouldn't normally do that. So
right. That's awesome. I want to talk for a minute about Holla. Okay. Let's talk about where Holla is, what Holla is, because that's really important. Excuse me. Your mission is crazy cool, and it doesn't exist anywhere in Manitowoc County. And I think you should really kind of tell people what you're about and why you exist. I just wanted to pull up a comment. Austin says, great group of people. So there you go. You've got some fans out there.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, that love you guys. So I'm going to give you the floor again, Mike and Shannon, and just kind of tell us all about Holla Restaurant.
Came up with this concept as a way to really utilize the amazing farm country that we live in. You know, there's so many wonderful farms in our area, and Shannon and I have for a long time really focused for ourselves personally on the utilization of local, seasonal, high quality ingredients. You know, the closer the food is to your plate from being harvested, the better. So when we came up with this concept, we decided to obviously use our local farms, use everything that was in season, because that's how we normally eat at home. And it's a really wonderful opportunity because we can bring more focus and awareness to our local farmers, our local producers, our local growers, even like local olive oil suppliers. Anything we can get locally, we'll get locally. You know, we have local spirits from Baraboo and local wine. So it's fun. It's really neat. And the benefits of having something that is so close to your table is, especially with produce, the nutrients are all there. Like there's stuff that I get from farmers that get delivered at least a couple of times a week, and they would have harvested them probably within an hour before it got to my restaurant. And that's really neat because it's literally still alive, still churning its nutrients and living when I get to use it and cook it. And then our proteins that we use, I buy whole pigs, whole cows, whole lambs, whole chickens, all of that stuff. And what's neat about that is that how they're raised ethically. They're supposed to be raised in their natural environment. You know, chickens are out pecking around, eating bugs and weeds and whatever the chickens eat, and the cows are eating their grass. And when animals are in the natural environment, growing and flourishing the way they're supposed to, the end result is so much better. They have more nutrients in them because they're eating the way they're supposed to be eating. Their flavor profiles are different. They're cleaner. It's a better fat. It's a better flavor. There's better proteins. And it's really neat to be able to do stuff like that and get stuff that's harvested at the height of the season, you know. And what also is really amazing about this is to have the personal relationship that we have with our farmers, that I know all of them on a first name basis. At any given moment, we support about 15 local farmers and providers. I know all of them by first name basis. I could text any of them and have conversations with them and see what they have coming up next week. So it's really fun to have that kind of relationship, to be able to use stuff from our community and put it back in our community. And one of the things we also do is we have a wood fire pizza oven, which is amazing. So we get to have these amazing wood fire pizzas. And one of the things we do with that pizza oven is we try to highlight a local nonprofit or charity every month. So this month we are using the United Way. So 10% of those proceeds from every sale of our Hollaback pizza will go to a charity. Like I said, this month is going to be the United Way. So we use local ingredients, we cook, feed locally, and that money we put back into the community, helping these nonprofits who their margins are thin too. And they basically can do what they do because of donations like what we do in fundraisers and things like that. And that's what really makes us really feel good. It's like completing a circle or a cycle within our community. So,
yeah, totally. That's how you build a community, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, years ago, that's how they would build a community. Everybody would be talking to the butcher, would be talking to the farmer, and the farmer would be talking to the chef. And that's just going back to the old way. And I think it's just brilliant and wonderful and unique for our area. And you guys have a beautiful deck. I can't wait to go there out in when hopefully the sun starts shining and the weather's warm enough to go out on the deck. You're located right across from the Maritime Museum here in Manitowoc. It's an amazing location.
Yeah.
Now with COVID, I know you guys have been struggling, and I just want to encourage everybody to go out there and support your local restaurants. And this is the localist of the local restaurants, right? Using local food and supporting. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your hours, if you could, and when you're open, and how people can get in touch. Do they need a reservation, that type of thing?
Right. So right now, like our temporary hours through the whole COVID winter time has been Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, because we just figured just squeeze it into the busiest days, of the week, which are typically Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays. So we've just been open 4 to 8 for dinner, but we want to extend our hours, get back to full time again in these next few weeks. I'm thinking after the 20th and after daylight savings time, we'll be open till 9 on Fridays, Saturdays again. I think after the 20th, sometime, I think that week, we got to get our crew together. We got to get a full-time crew together again. We'll be open for lunches again. We will stay closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, but we will continue doing our lunches then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 11 to 2. And then we want to start a brunch on Saturdays. We were doing brunches on Sundays before COVID hit, and it was pretty successful, but we've decided, just for the sake of our family, we need time with our kids too. Like, we also have babies at home, and so they need us. I think what we're going to do is brunches on Saturdays. So that's going to be cool, from 10 to 2. Dinner, of course, 4 to 9 on Saturdays. Sundays, we're going to reserve for specialty brunches and events. We plan on doing an Easter brunch, Mother's Day brunch, Father's Day brunch, maybe a brunch once every month. And then like coursed out tasting dinners. We just did one for Valentine's Day, and it was a huge success. It was such a blast, so much fun. We had been planning on doing it. It was in our business plan. And for 2 years in, for us to be able to do it was just really sweet and intimate. 7 courses. It was awesome. We sold out on Sunday super fast. So we decided to do one on Saturday, which sold out super fast as well. And everybody had a great time.
We had a marriage proposal too. Somebody proposed during the dessert course of our Valentine's Day event. And that was just so heartwarming and touching that they first chose to come here, and then second of all chose to commemorate that with a proposal, and the acceptance of that proposal makes it even better.
Yeah, right. She said yes.
Yes, she did.
Our friend Jill says hello.
Hi,
well. So what a unique concept and what a unique restaurant and amazing people. So everybody out there that's seeing this, go to hollarestaurant.com, follow them on Facebook. They always post their menus up and they change constantly. Their pizza's amazing. Chef Myke does a great job. Thank you guys so much. Oh, and by the way, vote for Chef Myke. So look at the ticker right down here, and let's get some votes in from Manitowoc and really show on a national level what a great community we have.
Yeah, vote for the good cause.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jason.